It's just always going to be a staple of the stream. If I can use it, it's just how it is. Such a... yeah. I've rambled way too many times about how fantastic the soundtrack is. Also, like, full marks to, like, good desert music. Good desert music, like, fits right into my soul. Which is part of why Sable is so good. Hey, Tom. One day I'll give the game proper spin on stream. That wasn't the befuddled mess that ended up being charity stream for that game. But yeah, we'll get it done right eventually. That time is not right now. And I do apologize about missing Sunday. Wasn't feeling top of the world there, and on top of keeping my door closed for game session on Sunday. My room, we had a really long session. We ended like 7:10, 7:08, I think it was. Like, I didn't even get up to get food until like 7:08. Like, so yeah, the session was really long, and then my room was like stiflingly hot. I was already like sweating to death by the end of the session. Just like eating dinner was like, felt gross and sweaty in the room. And I was already kind of feeling sick and overtalked from playing, you know, D&D. So it just kind of ended up culminating in, you know, I'm just gonna just take it easy for the night. I do apologize about that, but hey, we're here tonight. So I'm gonna get the game started, and then we'll transition over. I unfortunately have to do proper transitions here because the first few frames of when the game loads up, it likes to show my desktop on the thing. I did not mean to. Oh, sorry if that was a horrifying sound. forgot to readjust my mic stand. I apologize about that. I just realized it while I was looking at the thing going, oh right, I need to transition the game screen. Now that my screen's all white, I actually had a incident yesterday where I kind of hacked my lung out while my mouth was full of booze. That was a fun cleanup. Anyway, it was like raspberry schnapps. It was like real cheap raspberry schnapps type stuff because I was just looking for anything to settle chest pain. And now that the screen is all white, I can see the like 2 red drops that missed cleaning. Right on my screen. So that was fun. Alright. The third mask we have... The first mask we've gotten is the Shade of Ecria. Anyway, yeah, last time we actually started our little adventure. We got our magic float orb. We crawled around in a ship or two. Beyond Batman, yeah, it's probably a bit closer. And then we came to the big city, and we learned that, enough stamina for that. We learned that in the big city, that there is a word that, something's funny going on with that building over there. Power is out. And when we were poking around, there was an old man that was taking care of some orphans, and one of the orphans stole some water from some rich people. Because if they didn't, they were all gonna dehydrate to death. So anyway, the old man gave us a funny mask covered in googly eyes and told us to go scare the shit out of the police. We promptly did so. And then I bought the rest of the superhero costume. Anyway, it's time to go explore town. Nobody really reacts to the fact that we're wearing the Shade of Ecria mask. So, it's fine. And we have to keep our secret identity hidden for now. So, we're just gonna wear a new mask. One that jangles a little less. So anyway, we're gonna come into town here. Finally. We're finally entering the city that we said we could visit. Guard towers over me. I can't tell if I've somehow committed some kind of transgression as he looks me over. He seems to be contemplating a decision of some sort, then muttered something unintelligible under his breath. Are you planning on staring on all day? Focus on me with a look like I'd been doing something covert. And how like a glider to stumble clumsily into my midst. Useful, very useful. Make good use of you. Me? I ask him how. Well, you're a glider, and you're by your very nature an outsider. You belong to nothing and to no one. Therefore, you're capable of an uncommon objectivity. I wonder if I should share my myriad of popular, unpopular, and deeply subjective opinions, but decided to spare him. He seems to have much more to say. Have you heard my deeply and upsetting opinion that Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't very good? Sure, that'll do it. My name is Sandip, and I'm in the middle of a very serious investigation. There are few I can trust. You may have noticed that we find ourselves without power, yes? Do we? It's no accident. Someone stole the power core from out of the atomic heart. A second, I'm noticing my little hiccups here. I'm gonna do the smart thing. Yeah. What's that? I know that this is the most likely area to lag and hiccup, but I'm noticing it a little more than I should be. And so I'm just turning off some stuff. I don't even know why that's turned on. I have that not supposed to turn on. Alright. Hopefully that should do it. Some atomic heart. And the perpetrator eludes me still. I thought perhaps you might be able to help me solve this crime and bring the thief to justice. I'll help. I already begun to picture myself darting in and out of the shadows, tracking the elusive power thief of the city. In my mind, I am swiftness and smoke, a creature of cunning and dexterity. Then Stand-Up hands me a rusted heap. This is an old power core. Scrap really, but if you can bring it to the machinist for me, he can fix it and we can get the town going again. But while you're there, I want you to ask if he has any idea who might want to steal something like this, and why. I'd ask him myself, but... people less forthcoming with guards? Yeah, I get it. You get it? I see I've made the right choice. Report back when you've taken care of this. Yes, I'll be waiting. I say goodbye to Sandit. You have to do something. The power's been off for days now. I want to get drinking water back. Useless. Completely useless. How did we end up in a position where almost everything we rely on comes to a complete halt? Who did this? Have you found out who it was yet? Are we under attack? Everyone, please remain calm. We are doing the best all we can to restore power to Ekria. Oh, so like even some of the shops are closed until you get the power going. Interesting. So yeah, I know this is a closed shop. Might be a little obvious, but you know. There's also a couple side quests that open up once you get the power back on. Any cuts to spare? Any would be appreciated. Sorry, I don't have any. I have 20. I don't think you even get anything from giving that guy anything. Not that you should, you know, need a reason to, but... This is a disaster. No power means no filtered water. The oasis water isn't clean enough to drink on its own. I mean, you can always just, you know, make a fire and kettle it, but, you know. Evaporate and distill the water a little bit. No. Alright. I had something I was going to say, and then that kind of died in my brain while I was reading dialogue for some reason. The worm. Yeah, I know it's intensive, but, like, you know. You know you need water, you at least have an option. So, do you make a habit of trying to get yourself eaten? What was that? That's what it was that nearly killed me just now. Well, it's a worm, isn't it? This girl is nosy. She's bloody strong. You shouldn't get close unless you, had proper training. Or else you've got, food handy. But you're a glider, aren't you? So I suppose I can forgive you for a bit of clumsy worm handling. My name's Citra. Tell her I'm Sable. She offers a quick compliment to my name, which almost soothes the embarrassment burning through my ears. After that, she's all business. Now, what's brought you here, glider? Can I help with anything? I guess since Citra were an animal herself, her fur might bristled at my question. Triggers a memory where Jotty told me that sometimes, it can sometimes be a labor in itself to explain how one needs help. And that I ought to try and see where I can be useful before I inquire. I think I've made enough of an introduction already. Do I need help? Citra gives a moment of thought. You know what? Yes. Elsie loves a Cohen glowworm as a treat. If you could find her some, we'd both appreciate it. I tell her I think I can do that, and decide it's better to not ask further details. I'm sure we can find something. I say goodbye to Citra. So, Nosy's Nibbles is a very good quest because it leads us to money. One of the biggest sources of income. I have the thing to deal with that guy. We'll deal with him later. We'll deal with him when it's relevant. Let's see, the machinist is... That's Nosy's Nibbles. Let's see. There's also a couple things on the roof. The area roofs, but we'll wander up there eventually. I'm not sure why this NPC has a dialogue interaction, but this is Rita, the owner of the Overhang Cafe. I have some questions about the power. I don't think it'll be of much help to your investigation. Oh, you can actually talk to her during the investigation. That's why. I didn't know that. Any idea who someone might have taken it? Whatever reason, it's been terrible for business. Where were you when the power went out? Same place I am every day, here in the cafe. Who do you think did it? There's people coming and going every day from town. Could be anyone. Okay, thanks for your information. Really uninformative. Okay, we have a delivery here. Hello. Time maker I am. I like that mask. Cool mask. Like, bobbles around and makes noise. Camera, please behave. There we go. We're gonna get the camera back into a more natural position. It's like face wrap. That's a cool mask. I like that. Shame we can't get that one. $100 for delivering. You okay, sir? Hello? Courier Jotty. You also don't get the courier mask, I don't think. Power being cut off means lots of businesses have stopped completely. But some market traders seem to have been able to take advantage of the situation, and deliveries have been busier than ever. Yuria and her kind have always known how to squeeze blood from a stone, but this feels like things have been working out too well for them. Maybe don't tell anyone I said that. Seems like things are working actually a little too well for the merchants. Almost like when there's emergencies, merchants jack up the prices for no particularly good reason besides lining their own pockets. I wonder if that might be relevant to anything. This is a bit of a mess. Hello? Hamza, the machinist in Ikria. He's busy tidying up the workshop. It looks like someone has ransacked the place. What can I do for you, Glider? What happened here? This explains that this happened a few nights ago. You got no idea who did it. Could this be related to the power going out? He seems more resigned than concerned about having his workshop ransacked, and indicates that he doesn't know who or why someone would do such a thing. I'm not sure I'm convinced by his ignorance, but I let it go. Anything else I can help you with? A delivery for you. Smirks says that they've got running errands, eh? People love giving me errands. Yes, that happens to gliders. I suppose folks see them as having a sort of directionless liberty means that they aren't interrupting anything. They ask you they fetch something for you. I'll drop this off with Sandip when it's good and ready. Anything else you can help you with? There's some questions about the power cut. Line their pockets with suffering other people who could do such a thing. Yeah, exactly. What would you want to ask? Any idea why someone might have taken the core? Crosses his arms, looks down, thinks on it. Power is the lifeblood of everything we do as machinists. Our work exists to uplift the past and secure the future. Power supports the machines, and the machines are bound to the people. Listening. If you want to take power from the people, then you wish to make people powerless. Look sad at this. So I think you'll be looking for someone who cares little for the common person. Alright, where were you when the power went out? I was in the workshop, sleeping, getting most of my sleep there lately, if I'm being honest. Drugs. That being the case, though, I didn't notice anything was wrong. Ask why not. Because I'm a machinist, this was why. And not one of us, no matter how different we may seem, would ever be caught dead without a backup generator. So I had a few hours good rest before I caught wise. Not accepting his answer. Like some kind of nobility or bourgeois. Yeah. What would you want to ask? Who do you think did it? If I had to say, it's Jin Erie, the merchant. I tell him I'm listening. He shuffles his feet, getting closer to me. His voice lowers into a low rumble. Erie and our ilk run this town. The markets are, their locus of control, and now they've got their claws on food stocks. Now imagine, if you will, what would happen when the power goes down. All the folks are stockpiling food in Iria. A lot are hiking up the prices. There's not a damn thing any of the rest of us can do. You should look into Iria. You'll find her weaving her web of corruption from above the beetle market across the bridge. You have to persuade her guard to let you pass, though. I add Iria the merchant to my list of suspects. What do you want to ask? Alright, we're done. Yes. Oh, let's just customize our bike here if you want. And we can go check in the Sandip, or we can go out this way. Head over towards the markets. So let's go check out this Iria character. This way. This can be a little confusing to navigate sometimes. Yeah, here we are. Hello. Camera. I hear the guard murmuring about pomegranates to himself as I approach. When he notices me, he clams up and stands to attention. Can I help you? I need to speak to Iria. Iria's a very important person. If I'm going to let a bothersome glider interrupt her day, it better be worth my while. 100 cuts, 50 cuts, a pomegranate. Guard seems delighted by her offer. Oh, Rahana, this is beautiful. He snatches the pomegranate greedily from my hands and indicates that I can pass now. Move along, glider. There we go. You gotta bribe the cop. Very easily, mind you. Turns out there's pomegranates just right outside the city. We take those. Hello. If Erie is surprised, happy, or displeased to see me, it's hard to tell. Guard by her side tenses up as I approach, but Erie signals them to relax. My presence is permitted. For now. So, you got past the NS. Was it a pomegranate or just good old-fashioned cuts? Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Well, you're here now, yes? I'd like to know about the power situation. You have 5 minutes, and then I want you gone. Any idea why someone might have taken the core? The deeply irritated sigh at the beginning of her speech, and comes like a hiss of a viper. 2 reasons I can imagine. 1, because they have something to gain from bringing the town to its knees. Like yourself. Now sharp annoyed how. 2, because the power core fetches a substantial price in illegal markets. Could be one of those, or it could be both, I don't know. Ask my questions. Where were you when the power went out? I can feel her eyes narrow on me and imagine to drag her tongue along her upper teeth. She dislikes me very much. I will ignore the implications of that question, friend, but I was here in the market. Ask around if you'd like. Any of the guards will vouch for me. Who do you think did it? It'll be some lowlife from Sarai. Probably that climber fellow, Garay. They say he's, you know, one to speak to when a job needs doing. Though he's not exactly what I'd call discreet. Felt like that. He won't be the brains behind it, but if I were a scummy little nobody, he's the person I'd hire to get the work done. I'm told you can find him under the bridge outside the town gate. I add Gary to my list of suspects. Ask more questions? Oh, that's all of them. How do I get merchant badges? Yuri seems completely disinterested in my question. I'm not even sure she heard it, but I gotta ask again when she lets out a big sigh. How do you think? What do merchants do? Don't answer that. You can buy them from me, yes? Want your merchant badges? 100 cuts each. We have 140. So if we want our mask, we have to buy them. We can buy... I think we actually get one for doing Nozomi's quest, so you only need to buy 2 of them. Nozomi. I called her Nozomi, didn't I? Citrus quest. Thanks, SMT. Now I'm calling someone Nozomi. Alright, let's go talk to Gary. Something in the sewer section here? Yeah, chill. I feel like I remember there was somebody in the sewer pipes. There's also some paint in the sewer, I think, as well. Riveting swimming gameplay. Skull graffiti. Alright, so Gary's over here. Graffito. I don't think I've ever heard it called graffito until Disco Elysium. Sorry, brother came home with like a tray of donuts from work. And So I grabbed a couple to nibble on before I came to stream, so I may occasionally stop and have a nibble. And the grunts, hello. I have some questions about the power. He scratches himself and spits on the ground before giving me a shrug. Those pesky juvies and their precious graffito. It's actually a pretty good Renegade Cut video on graffiti art. It's actually pretty solid. I definitely recommend a lot of Renegade Cut stuff. It seems like his next video is gonna be shifting from like this synthwave and like more or less politic discussion and more activism focused shift. And he's moving more to like anarchist like magazine style to his videos. After bouncing out of synthwave, it actually seems like a pretty cool shift. Any idea why someone might have taken the core? Gary smells. It's not the worst or most pungent smell, not rot or bile or anything so pointedly awful. No, Gary smells like old dust tinged with stale oil and ground into the fabric of old garments, buried under fingernails. It clings to him. I turn away just a little as he answers me. I heard about a big sale going down in Sarai recently. I'm not sure what, but it caused a stir, let's say. Whatever it is, it's long gone by now. He shrugs, so I press him a little further, asking if he had any idea who the seller was. As far as I had heard, it was some machinist with a mushroom habit. I'm not sure how true that is, but let's say it's come up a few times. Could this machinist be Hamza? I add him to my list of suspects. Are you on the power cut? Cafe. Cross my arms, mostly out of impatience, but it seems to work on Gary's. Alright, I got a little scrap. This is what you want to hear. Nothing to do with anything, probably not your business, but sure. Had a fight, power went out, broke it up. Keep my arms crossed. End of story. Got nothing else. Who do you think that? Stares at me for a few seconds, and I mistake it for consideration before I realize he's just looking at me like I'm stupid. I don't name names, and even if I did, beats me who did this. But more power to him, I say. There's a pause and I laugh loudly. You get it? More power to him. I get it. I tell him I get it. He chuckles and waves me off. I can ask him more questions. And we're done here. Buttons. So, we know Hamza has a bit of a problem. There may be some relevant information on how and why he has this problem. But we'll get to that. So we'll go talk to Hamza and then we'll go re-talk to Sandip. At the moment, we can scramble around on the upper parts now. Because I bothered to do that now. There's some stuff up here. There's also another side quest. I don't remember how I found it in the first. I found it through the. I actually only found this path from the roof and not like conventionally running around in the city. So literally right here, actually. In fact, as soon as I was talking about it. The guy isn't here. I guess the power has to come back on before he shows up. There is a guy here, and he sends you on a side quest to go find somebody. Dumb. Let us acquire egg. I think there's another thing for cuts around here somewhere. There's a chest. These roofs. What am I around here? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe it's over here in the bug inn. Forgot about the bug inn. See it. Oh, it's not an inn. It's just the market. Okay. Thought the market was marked with a big bug. This game likes its bugs, and I appreciate that. I respect it. Not a huge bug person myself, but I definitely respect bug designs. You know what? I like bugs when I don't have to be the one to interact with them. That's my stance. Holmes is over this way. Forward. I'm trying to navigate from the top down. Instead of just doing the smart thing and going lower. All distance bug appreciator, yeah. Like, I really enjoy, like, a lot of, like, the bug designs and, like, Digimon and stuff. I'm a big fan of the wings in, I really like the bug rhino skin. It's right. Yeah, I think you can see it actually from here. That little nodule that's emitting water for some reason. Perfectly stagnant object. For some reason, there's cop pants in the sewers where they belong. I think there's paint down here. Might be over here. Oh. It's just that chum. Wall? Instead of swimming our way around in circles, the easier way is to just keep our way back up here. If I take the long way, we can just take the short way. Doctor looks concerned and frustrated. It's power cut. All the medical equipment, prosthetic alignment, artificial wounds, it's all going to run out of power very soon if the energy doesn't come back. It's useless guards and machinists. Gary admitted he wasn't at the cafe. Yeah, that's an odd bit of lore. But it does explain some things. How does this work? Did I mention I'm bad at navigating this place? I'm not much of a maze person. says he, and then enjoys the hell out of, you know, like PS2 era SMT games. This is hello. What can I do for you, glider? I don't think we can actually add anything to this conversation. They're just kind of all disconnected for some reason. Okay. Thought there might have been an additional interaction. Alright, let's go head back to the store, or to the front of the town. Alright, Sand Dip. Nip rocks the balls of his feet to heal and back, pleased. Good news, Hamza finished his work on the spare power core. I could use your help with it, if you've got a moment. I can help. Perfect. I'd like you to take the new core to the atomic heart and plug it in. And while you're there, see if you can't pick up any clues on who may have stolen the original. Alright. No, came to the right glider. I cross my arms and give him a coolly confident nod, and he nods back. Feeling about you the moment I saw you. Their mystery tells me you know how to follow a lead, or dig up your own. Hamza left a key card for you. You need it to unlock the front door. The central chamber is protected by a security code, but I'm sure you'll find a way in. The thief managed somehow. To get the atomic heart, head over to the substation just outside the town and follow the power cable that runs through under the sands. See you soon, hopefully with news. Alright. Yeah, I was wondering how much zigzagging was being done here. There we go. Come on, Simon. We have a thing to follow. I marked it with the yellow. Okay. We just need to follow the yellow. Or the pipe. Either way. Oh. Do those pomegranates respawn? I mean, it's free money if they did. I know people's lives are on the stake, but, you know. Pomegranates. Look, the speedster bike won't buy itself, you know. Come on, come on. Hear the hum over here. Bonk. Yep, there it is. I wonder if there's any weird fish here. Let's find out. RPGs need fishing. Apparently Twitch considers this an RPG, so yes. Ah, in the sand ray. Oh, an argue there. Oh no, the poor fish. Right, so let's use the key card and not throw up from the camera. Alright. I'm gonna steal some of the scrap. Like that. There's a finite amount of scrap in this game. There is not an infinite amount, but there is not a finite amount of bugs. So, bugs and magic crystals will be our biggest source of income in the long haul. It's me of that one spy tunnel in Warframe, the galleon, the Grenier galleon. Chum egg. We need 20 before our next upgrade. And we're 17. I appreciate that even if you've given some chums away, the eggs, it still just tells you the total you've collected. It'll be glowier when the power's back on. That's possible. Let's get scrap on the other side here. Actually, exactly how much scrap am I carrying? 18. Power cells over there. Oh, some broken glass here. Plain as day, as one can see, the high window has been smashed. Wide enough for any grown person to make their way inside. Though they need to be quite athletic, most of the glass is on the outside of the chamber. It may have been smashed from the inside. Somebody got in but couldn't get back out. There's the door. Leave the other two on the side. Yeah, on the inside. There's a clump of feathers on the floor. Strange. Try to picture a bird large and powerful enough to carry away the power core, and decide that it is one suspect I can absolutely rule out. Though I would very much like to see it. Another piece of... Here we are. This is a clue. Camera. There we go. Scrap of paper lies discarded on the floor. When I take it up, I see it's a promissory note. Perhaps the culprit owes money to the merchants. It's possible the culprit dropped it, but who could be so careless at the scene of their own crime? I wonder if it's a plant left to throw me off the scene. So, we know that there's somebody owes someone money. Sparks shoot out of the wires around the socket, but the damage to the empty socket itself is non-existent as far as I can tell. The culprit took good care in removing the core. It makes sense if I were to steal something so valuable, I would be delicate too. But why the torn cables? It's almost staged to me. Oh, let's stick the new core on. There we go. So we found all our evidence. Got the power turned on. Now the glowy bits are blue. And we've gotten some clues. I can just zoop over to activate at this point. Plant power from the power plant. Alright. So, Ladder, you did a brilliant job getting the power back on. Don't know if I could hear it, but there was a tremendous noise. I don't know if you could hear it, but there was a tremendous noise. The whole town was delighted. On a day's work. Your work is appreciated and you are valued. It means in. How about a little investigation? Any useful information? Let's discuss physical evidence. Alright, the window was smashed. I tell them the window control of the room, the heart was smashed open, presumably how the culprit got inside. What did you find when you searched? There was a feather on the floor. I tell them the feathers I saw on the floor of the heart. I suggest the culprit may have left it behind. Might have been an accident, and then I paused for the moment with some drama and whispered that it could be a calling card. Sam crossed his arms, nodding furiously. What happens when you searched? Found the note. Tell him I found the note on the floor. Its listed debts are owed to the merchants. Was this left here on purpose? I wonder out loud, or did the foolish culprit drop on an accident? End-up steeples his fingers with interest. What did you find in the heart? There was no damage to the socket. I explained the socket for the core was in perfect condition, flawless even for one such as myself who is decidedly not an expert. Whoever removed the core knew what they were doing, and didn't want to damage it. End-up seems to like the sound of this. Okay. And let's review the suspects. Hamza. Let's go through the case against Hamza. What's his motive? He is owed money. He owes money, I should say. He was in debt to the merchants, so they sent people to ransack his workshop to frighten him into paying up. How did he do it? He had the security code and the card. Walked in. What about the smashed window? That's important. I'm not sure. Understands machines? Doesn't make him guilty, he's a machinist. Merchant area. It's very powerful and has a very hard time building a strong case against her. It's her motive. From the panic. Yes, people have definitely been stocking up since it happened. How did she do it? Hamza owes her money. I see, so she made him give her the key. Who do you want to discuss? Glymer Gary. Though, through this case against Gary, what's his motive? Someone paid him to do it. He's got a bad reputation, Nekria. People say that he'll do anything for money. It's a good lead. But I do it. He's a climber. He climbed. He gave him Hamza's workshop. It was broken into. It was a group. You think it could have been a group effort? What's the motive? Right down Nekria? It seems unlikely. The power being out is a difficulty, yes, but a temporary one. Doesn't seem impressed. Okay, so if we're putting this together as we know that Hamza has a mushroom problem. And it seems that the merchants got him hooked on mushrooms. And now he owes them a bunch of money for mushrooms. We know that the merchants have been jacking up prices and completely capitalizing on the panic and downturn on this situation. And we know that he could have sold the core to the merchants. And we know that probably Hamza may have hired someone more physically athletic to help him. In which case, Gary. It would appear that all three, that Hamza and Gary have definitely broken into the atomic heart. So, who do you put the pin on? Who's the culprit yet? So you can accuse Hamza, Gary, or Iria. Well, we know the merchant's been profiting off of it. You know, guy's got a mushroom addiction, knows him. Went and stole a power plant. So, you know, I think at the bottom of the root of this cause is Iria. Personally. If you pick Hamza or Gary, he just jumps right out of his fucking skin and just goes and does it. He's like, hell yeah, somebody to arrest. But if we accuse Iria... I'm excited to explain how Iria benefited by rigging the markets after power and has lost the town. How she exploited the power cut to create scarcity and raise prices of people in desperation. My excitement is curtailed by the way Sandip sighs halfway through my explanation. I'd say that I don't think Iria herself did the crime, but it looks like more... he looks even more resigned. My case seems to be falling apart. This is a tricky situation. I can't arrest Iria. That's not how things work in Ekria. Even if you had some kind of indisputable evidence, which you don't, this isn't going anywhere. I feel deflated. I missed something, or I was always a fool's errand? Thank you for your help anyway, Glider. Maybe it's best you don't tell anyone about our little discovery here. Well, here's a badge for your troubles. So yeah, if you blame the rich person who basically just established this entire situation into happening. Yeah, he's just like, let's not arrest them. The cops suck no matter where you go. There's the moral of the story. There is no more evidence, that is all of the evidence. And he tells you even if you had all of the evidence, it doesn't matter. He won't do it. He just straight up just says, even if you have your like indisputable evidence, I can't just arrest them. But he'll jump out of his way. He'll jump through the fucking hoops to arrest like the machinist or the climber. Sand shark. So yeah, it's just, you know. I do want the scrapper bottoms. I do like the scrapper bottoms. I know it's putting us behind on getting the stuff, but I like the scrapper shorts. Alright, so I believe the side quest should now be open. We might have to go to Hakoa first, but we'll see. Nope, it's here. Okay, cool. Shar Varana introduces himself. He is the Atomic Priest in Ekria. The Atomic Priest leans forward in a way that they must think is inviting. I suppose they're right, because here I am. Glider, we have a task for you if you are able, and interested, of course. Gliders tend to be interested in tasks. I've never known quite how to feel about the Atomic Priesthood. As a child, I'd been both fearful and fascinated. Watching them go about their mysterious business, making up all kinds of things about them in my head. Today I understand that they are an order like any other. Only more severe, more insular, and dedicated to collective caution in a way that increasingly feels more like paranoia than reason. Still, I mostly like a task. Are you familiar with Luhor? Or the Fabulist? Tell the priest I've never heard of the Fabulist. Then this is the perfect task for you, because you will know the Fabulist at its end. Sounds reasonable. I ask what the task is. I need you to find Allure, and when you do, convey that we would like to invite her back to Ekria. We miss her. Quite a lot, in fact. It may be the most emotion I've heard from the member of the priesthood. It seems quite legitimate. I wonder what sort of relationship Allure has with them. Tell me about Allure. I asked her more about her. Yeah. She has been among our strongest voices, turning warning and whimsy and safety into song. Speaks the language of the common and conveys words of wise. Where do you think she is? If you aren't sure where to start, it may be wise to speak with the innkeepers at the beetle stations. Or carries our messages all across the world. Thank them for their advice and wave them goodbye. Farewell, Glider. Adventurers tend to be interested in quests, yeah. It's what we do. Ooh, camera. So, there's another side quest. There's 3 side quests we get around here. Let's see if I can't find them. Here's one. We make eye contact. I find myself waved over. A small, slightly scratchy voice emerges from the mask. Like your bike. I didn't know about my bike. I saw you running into town. I see lots of things every day. I envy them. Would the seeing things be a day's work? Can you also hover? A little. Wish I could do that. Child's eyes off wistfully. Patience, your time will come. Tell them to be patient, their time will come. I think on how excited I once was to learn of all of this and open myself to the perpetual, and how the gift of the gliding finally came. It was at the cost of a goodbye that was also difficult to make. I know I'll do it someday, but that's been forever. I need it now. I look down at them. I know that if I were so young, I'd be thrilled at the opportunity to meet a stranger with a bike, endless freedom, and the ability to move in a new and exciting ways, inaccessible to me. Ask them why they're so intent on doing it now. 'Cause I want to get over there, across the oasis. Ask why. Because there's a big, beautiful, perfectly lovely flower in the middle of it. A big rock. I want it so much. Oh, maybe you could put me on your back. Worried I'd drop you. I decline hitting the sag and hitting the shoulders, and explain that while I can't allow them to ride with me, I would be more than happy to get this flower. His glee returned. Really? Thank you! Thank you! Bring it right back here. See you later, glider. So, to the kids, there are 3 kids in town, and each of them gives you a quest. Complete each quest and you get a badge. Alright, you get up there from the Noble Island. Oh no, you get up from up there. Instead of climbing up and sailing over, I decided to take the slow path and swing my way over. Scramble up. Yep. Dragonfly acquired. There it goes. Read the flower from over there. There we go. Flower acquired. And we just slide on the way back. I really like the music in Ecria. I approach with the saunter of one used to heroism. My new friend bounces up and down, little fists pushed together over their chest. That was amazing! You're such a good hoverer. I hand the flower over to an excited gasp and grasping hands. As they tuck it delicately away, stem first, they tell me that they're gonna dry it and keep it forever in a book. They've started with their best friend who lives nearby. They have nearly 50 flowers now and are splitting the book in 2, so that they might keep one half in each of their homes. This particular flower, they say, will go to their friend. He's looked at it many times and wished for it, and now, that wish may be granted because a stranger came their way. I tell them that it was a pleasure and they give me an unexpected hug, about the waist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the best. They aren't wrong. They dig around in their pockets for a moment and pull out something. I expected it to be a bug or some dirt or possibly an old toy. But instead they produce an entertainer's badge. Here, you're really nice, you can have this. I asked if they would prefer to hang on to it. There's plenty of use for such things later. I shook my head and shook my head. I think that this one's for you. I'll get my own one day. And tell them I'm sure they will, and leave with a wave. See you later, Glider. We are the bestest. We got a flower. Alright, so... 2 more children floating around here. Also, the downside, if we arrest Hamza, that means we lose access to the bike shop around here. Or not the bike shop, but the customizer. We can't modify our bike if Hamza gets arrested. We have our own reasons for blaming Area. Can't pick up the chickens, you can just kind of chase them around. That's about it. The cuckoos don't attempt to murder me. Let's see. Asked on you before, 10 cuts. I forget where the children are. I know one of them... One of them is a trio. They're kind of like standing around somewhere. Where be the children? Pretty sure I was walking into things. This kid dog. Get it out with him. I got the fabulous quest. I like touched the fan and just I have the like, chair and I just kind of like got ejected forward. That's where we came in. Kids. They're definitely around here somewhere. You know, the funny part is you can actually always just come back and implicate Hamza or Gary if you want. If you really desperately need to get somebody arrested, you can go do that. This is a cool little space. I like this. 20 bucks. Take that. That might have been more I was thinking the cuts were. I was like, I knew there was like a chest attached to like a roof space. Week's been a bit dry. It's mostly just been more Warframe lately. I've been playing a bit of that ROM hack Monkey pointed out. I saw it before and picked it up. It was like Pokemon Unbound. I'm enjoying it. I beat the Elite Four, and I've started the post game. I have a couple complaints about it. One of the big ones being that in Pokemon Unbound, the puzzles are not good in the second half of the game. Like, they're just frustrating. And not in a fun way. Where the kids are? Maybe they show up later? It's just... Am I just being dumb? Being dumb is probably on the list. But I'm pretty sure... It's like a... It's like a merchant, and it backs out into where there's like kids pile up there in front of one of the other bikes. Here's a chime in the back. I'm wondering if circles being stupid. Whatever. We'll go find other things to do. It's fine. We don't have to do everything in this town all at once. Alright. So let's see. We haven't done the boat yet, right? We haven't done the boat, and we haven't done the mysterious circle. Oh, the mysterious circle is nearby, so let's go do that. Some good use out of Quastus. Yeah, I heard Zior seems to have been really enjoying it. I've just been too lazy to bother get it, I'll be honest. As it turns out, 5/ procs to the face kills most things. Yeah, I've been feeling that with Garuda. Actually, the funny part about Garuda using Seeking Talons is that, like, my favorite part is that, like, you can still get, like, headshot kills with it. You can very occasionally just hear that, like, headshot sound effect apply when you cast it. Didn't know fucking around with it in Steel Path with Saren. You get armor and blast and shit, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get that. I should put in the effort to get it at some point. My plate is currently, Varuna. I'd like to get Varuna off my plate before I worry about too much more else. I have finally gotten my hands on completed, I have complete mold, reconstruct. And I also have, complete molt efficiency as well. Eating magpie well. I called him Lieutenant Flux Rifle and then gave him the ass shard. Yeah, that would do it. I picked up mold efficiency because it was, like, cheaper, on the cheaper side than another one of the 8,000 ones. So I ended up just kind of tearing through it. I also had it half complete from just doing the grind. Like, I never actually bought any, and I had like 10 of them. I There's no, like, nice way to get one. On the ground to actually collect it. Starting with the ability to negate shields and armor is kind of disgusting. Yeah, I get that. Using the Thero Strike. I need to bother doing that as well. I ran my call for the week, got up to rank. I finally bothered getting the call garrison to rank 5. So I have that now. I used my leftover from the mission to buy the Fog of War ephemera. Once I get the and I plan on using my next bit to get wall Cyanax. They nuked its max ammo, but giving it ammo regen arcane makes it go forever anyway. Yep. Yeah, that's what I use on mine. I couldn't really think of a reason to use the headshot arcane on it, so... Like, it doesn't really have the... like, the big cook on it, like, saying the words big cook killed my brain on what I was trying to say. Like, unironically, I don't know how. I was in the middle of the sentence. I missed something, yeah, over there. How can you still fuck even with Noodle Beam? Yeah, I mentioned it seems like it's a lot harder to get off properly. Because Noodle Beam just likes to go where it likes to go. I notice it tends to lean towards center mass a bit more. Or did I just walk around a big circle here? Maybe it's a different layer? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I prefer the infinite ammo on Vermisplicer. And yeah, I have the primary one. I don't have the secondary Vermisplicer. I don't know if that's worth the effort. Probably, but I have primary. Let's see. Similar but less range? Yeah, that's what I expect. I wasn't expecting it to be much different. It's not like Spore Lacer. Has more chains? Interesting. I don't have it like turbo crit build. I have it with that middling meat base and splat magazine. Not like Spore Lacer were primary, or secondary is godlike and the primary is mediocre. Yeah. Yeah, I know Spore Lacer is not very good. It's not completely dog shit. It's not good either. It's yeah. Didn't have a great reaction with it. Like Catch Moon, yeah. I would say primary Catch Moon gets a bit more flack than it probably deserves, but I think it's solid. It's not like fucking amazing, but it's solid. I don't hate it. why they bothered changing it, but whatever. It's not good. I mean, yeah, it's fair. It's competing against secondary, which is just, yeah. It's fine. Primary Spore? Well, I didn't like Primary Spore. Didn't feel good to use. Hatchmoon at least was kind of fine when I built it properly. Climber, Micah. Thank you. He looks worse for wear, but there's a deep exhaustion in his voice, but all I feel is relief. It's clear he's in a bad way, and I shudder to think what might have happened, what might have become of him if I had not shown up. My name's Micah. I came here looking for something, and I fell. Tell Micah my name is Sable, and ask if he thinks he can walk. No, not enough to make my way out of here, at least. That's why I dragged myself over here, thinking I might use the crane, but I can't access the controls. I wonder if I could access the controls, and Micah digs in around his pocket until he finds what he's looking for. A key! He holds it up. Found this key. It should let you in. From there, you can use the crane. I nod. I'm sorry I can't help more. I feel so useless. Thank you, Sable. You're really very kind. I tell him no matter that he isn't... I tell him it's no matter and that he isn't useless, and I then take the key and go. So I believe we can actually only get the dragonflies down this well. Most in the case of primary Catchman base damage is like 200, whereas Heck is like 800. Yeah. Yeah, that I won't argue with. But I suppose that is the power of the Splat magazine. Splat magazine makes up for a lot of slack, I suppose. I already got the chum eggs. Let's just do this. Probably got a bit better with the coming of critical delay. Yeah, critical delay has really juiced up a few things for me. Like, that was definitely a big shift. Along with the pistol variant. Apparently, the only corrupted mod I'm missing is Vile Acceleration. Which surprised me. Keep forgetting that I'm missing, like, one corrupted mod. Hey, bud, I'm working on it. Why didn't I stick to the... Oh, fuck it. Fuck you. If you're not gonna let me climb the wall properly, I'll just do it myself. Let's teleport. I too can be indignant. Sable, how can I ever thank you? Go home and apologize to Bashir. I tell him he needs to go home and apologize to Bashir for all the worry he's caused. Oh, I will. I'll be apologizing to Bashir for days. He deserves it, and I'll try not to worry him ever again. But I do want to at least give you something. Mega hands me a climbing badge. I take it gratefully. I'm gonna go back to the 5 Bells camp. I should be fine. Makes walking a little easier than climbing. You're my savior, Sable, and if you ever decide to become a climber, you've got my endorsement. Take care, alright? Alright, I think there's another door... Oh, hey, chump. Fast traveling badge. Yep. Sometimes work smarter, not harder, eh? Alright, was there another door I was missing? I think so. Is there something? Guess not. Maybe I'm making shit up. Yeah, I guess I'm just making shit up at that point. Alright. Let's go to the ship and go salvage the stuff from the ship then. Where's Pike? Pike is right here. Alright, we need to go to blue. That's the thing. Let's go to the blue. Yeah, I'm working on that. I need Varuna, Serafang, and the Paragale. Which, at the moment, I think I need one part for Paragale, one part for Serafang, and I need the amount of... I'm actually just down to getting enough Thorax to cook. So... I'll have Varuna as soon as I have enough Thorax juice to cook with. That stuff's a pain in the ass to grind for. Like, every time I've tried to pulp it, it's been a disaster, and every time I try to solo it, it's a headache because it's solo. Solo survival is just a pain in the ass to get off the ground. The number of built items in my foundry has finally dropped below 60 for the first time in years. Wow. I normally cook stuff, immediately grab it as soon as I possibly can. And then decide whether or not I like it and then trash it or not. I've spent most of my off-market plats buying slots, so... I don't tend to take it very sparingly when it comes to making stuff. Either, it's been a while. I've just spent most of the spare plats I've had on slots and stuff, because I know I ain't exactly got the cash bucks to be spending on stuff, so what few scrounge plats I've had usually go into slots. from connection. I stopped using trade because, like, basically ever since, like, all the ribbon shifts and, when Prime Resurgence was starting to be rumbled about, like, basically just, like, crashed all the prices for everything. Like, even new gold parts worth, like, 5 plats, and I was just like... I ain't dropping goddamn, like, whole Atlas Prime set for fucking 10 plats. Like, no? Could you not? Maybe we can do a better deal than that? Apparently not. Like, when, like, recent primes are selling for, like, 10 plats on a fucking set, I just, like, not even. I'm trying to find anyone selling ribbons for anything is just, like, a fucking joke. Kind of just gave up on the matter, if I'm honest. Like, if I'm desperate for plats, I might, like, go rummage around in, like, what's the word? I might, like, set up, like, trade chat to be, like, want to buy and just scout for, like, somebody buying, like, relics for, like, 5 plats a piece or something. And look for, like, any, like, junky ribbons that or junky relics that I have a bunch of. And just sell someone, like, a stack of them. I found that to be relatively profitable. Want to buy an arcanes? Yeah, that's understandable. It's a handful of RB's arcanes I still want. Yeah. There's a couple arcanes I want, but I think for the most part they're, at this point, I'm just waiting for the next big event to happen, because they promised that arcanes are going to stay on the big event rotations. There hasn't been a big event in like 2 years, but, you know, whatever. Effort, yeah. But yeah, no, the next big event is on my to-do list. For arcanes, because there's a couple like there's a couple like shield-based ones that I want. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do with this one. If I can get it over there, I don't care. Yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do. Boop-a-da-bip. Hi, physics. Are you there? Whee! Ta-da! Go. One battery liquid. Getting Aegis out of Scarlet Spear has been extremely good, yeah. It continues to be a percent to be invulnerable for a few seconds. Yeah, I want to get both Aegis and the other one, and Barrier, Especially since Barrier got nerfed. I didn't know Barrier got nerfed. To be fair, I wasn't too heavy on the arcane game until it became, like, affordable to actually get one. It didn't involve grinding Hydralists to get them. So. Has internal cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like 10 seconds or something like that. You have unread messages, Sable. Let's read the unread messages. Recording 02. Another terminal blinks to life, the same language I've seen flash across the screen before. Captain Singh. Yes, sir? I have detected a potential pattern in the planetary anomaly. There's something strange about it. It should iterate into a chaotic system, but there seems to be a consistently repeating pattern. What does that mean? It appears that there is something sustaining it, Captain. We are unable to determine if the source is perpetual. It ends here. I pushed a few more buttons, but I can't bring the recording back. Perpetual, you say? 1% to trigger, 1 second cooldown, goes to 6% to trigger, 6% cooldown. The cooldown... Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I can see why you suggest the other one more. Yeah. The other... Ah, right, I remember how to get it. Yep. Oop. Just gonna plonk this here. It's not gonna... But yeah, I want a shield option, so... Once that comes up, I'll definitely be investing in the effort to get that. It's also now competing with duration and strength in your arcane slots. Yeah, I have the duration one. The molt efficiency, or whatever the hell that's called. Having shields gives you 36% duration. That one now. I don't have the strength one yet, though. Strength on kill. That's better than continuity. Well, better than regular continuity, anyway. Since, Revenant doesn't really live by his health. I have him slapped with that on instead of, Guardian. The rare occasion where I actually prioritize other stats than just pure bulk. Alright, I need to go, yeah, over here. We have basically completed this ship, so it is time to leave. Ah, chum up there. Egg. There's always time for egg. There's a strength on op ability, which I believe will combo with Matarai, but I have not tested it. Good for snapshotting things, like this. Okay, we got blue is done. Let's go check out red. Yeah, hmm, yeah, I'm not sure which ones, like, which of the strength ones I want to focus on. I plan on getting, Encumber at some point for secondaries. That I do want. Can't thank you enough for your help there. My encumber isn't maxed out yet, but it's already pretty nuts. Yeah. There's also that one, that you can get in Cavaliero's stuff. It's Cavaliero's, or it's in the little one. That was like flat damage boost on whatever status proc happens. Which just seems kind of wild. Like, flat 750 damage on whatever every time you status proc something. Because there's Encumber, which is the adds more status effect. And then there's, whatever the one Cavallero has or whatever, that's like, add flat damage on status. I would like to get my hands on both of those. Glider, I wish I was still in my gliding. Being a grown-up is terrible. Think about this camp? We're just nomads passing through. The 5 bells for those of us trying to avoid the hustle and bustle of Ekre over there. Just too many people, too much going on. We're to keep company with the crickets. See ya. Plus damage on heat proc called Flare. That sounds interesting. Huh. Stand Surfer. They are 40 bucks each. Let's see. Really well known for sliding down larger sand dunes. Layered shorts that flap satisfying when surfing down sand dunes at high speeds. They work well at keeping grains of sand out. I'll be honest, you wouldn't wear shorts when sliding down sand. That sounds like an incredibly bad idea. Sand is only slightly less sharp for glass. Bashir looks ready to hug me. Thank you so much. I don't know what you said to him, but he said he's given up solo climbing unless they're very safe. Tell Bashir that I didn't say much to dissuade Micah. A bit slippery moss did the work for me. Laughs and thanks again. We've never talked to this man before, but apparently we've talked to him before. I'm really happy to have him home, thank you. I wish Bashir and Micah the best to go on my way. Do you have anything else? Looks good. Okay. Anything up there? Must investigate. There might be egg up here. Must find out. I think all the stacks fall off at once for some of the more recent arcanes though, which sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I think some of them have like decaying effects, if I recall. There's a big ladder there. I'm gonna investigate. I don't remember this place much. Oh yeah, I did actually check something. I remembered you remarking that you, didn't know about the, didn't know why, Molt Reconstruct was applying numbers weird. It turns out that it's actually bugged and does a 12-to-1 ratio. I found it to be inconsistent. It sometimes does 6-to-1, sometimes it doesn't, but apparently there's a bug that causes it to apply twice as much. So yeah, you get a 12-to-1 ratio on your energy cost, which is basically the entirety of my health. Health pool on Garuda, so... A 100 point cast is just full health. I'm not sure if it's host client. It seems to just be inconsistent as far as my experience with it goes. Actually, it should go off as soon as you push the button. It actually activates before casting speed, as I've noticed. So it should be applying, regardless of your invulns. Because those start... because she's invulnerable when the animation starts. It actually... you actually get the conversion before the animation starts. That's weird. It's another bug of some kind, I'm sure. 0 unread messages. Alright. Alright, so... that's the 5 bell. Let's see. Maybe we're skipping the whale for now. I'm gonna pass on going to the whale. I'm not that worried about my money. I do want to go over here though. Anyway, it seems like Molt Reconstruct is a little buggy. I don't know if it's applying properly and the number officially written in is wrong, or if it's just being weird and inconsistent. I have no idea. Alright. I agree with the Jump Queen. Have egg. Thank you for your visit and helping our little collective. Your voice is like a cool towel on the back of my neck. All the little ones you've brought home are so thrilled to be a part of the family now. There we go. More staminas. We have now doubled our stamina. You've spared them a life of solitude and distant wanderings. They are so grateful even now in their youth. Alright, I feel the power of the Queen's tear buzzing within me, even as I hold back my own. Now, I'll need 20 eggs from you. Alright, so we need 40. Don't worry, if you thought the stamina gauge was starting to get distractingly large, don't worry, it gets even bigger. So this is the beetle's nest. Let's head over here real quick. We've got a pretty big stack of scrap, so we can go make a whole bunch of money. Let's go do that. Hey there, bud. Oh, scrap's better than what you brought me last time, which was good too, but you know, always strive for better. I didn't give you any last time. Well, the scrap metal. I fetch everything I found for him, handing over it piece by piece. Alton nods. Not bad start, Sable. I'd say you've earned a scrapper's badge for that. He hands me the badge lightly encrusted in the pale sand. Oh yeah, that was one kicking around under my desk for ages. I'd give you a clean one, but just trails off. I say thank you. Say goodbye to Alton. Yeah. So hey, we got a fat stack of cash now. We could go buy some of those bike parts if we wanted. But I'm gonna hold off. I think those bike parts I know what I want later for. The wind tower, Ibex camp, Angler hut, Beetle. Let's see, is there anywhere I want to go immediately? I suppose I should make the round into Hakoa and start getting the money. Hakoa is where all the money is at. So that's probably a good idea. But we can also cut through the Badlands, pick up the Badlands stuff. Head into Hakoa, move into the wash, and then up into the sands. Or into the salt lands. Seems like a solid plan. Alright. Here you are. Alright, so I believe the wrong button. We want to go somewhere around here. Memory serves correct. Because the middle of the Badlands, there's a big kind of like open area in the middle of the Badlands. Yeah, I think you can see it from here, then or that's the bridge. Which is also another side quest that we have not followed up in on a while. So we should go do that. Eventually we'll get a different thruster for our back end. Yeah, up here. Here's where we're going to be, and yeah, this is going to be one of the laggier areas. Like, this area is just really laggy for some reason. Let me slide myself over here. Balloons up there somewhere. Pretty sure there's a thing down here for fish. There's fish to be had down here. Pick up. There we go, gotcha. Little pain in my ass. One scabby fish acquired. So let's see if I remember where the access point is for this place. How do we get up there? Where is the access point? Over here. Like, I know that there's a way up on top from the ground. You don't have to climb all the way up here. I don't remember where the hell do you get up there. Follow the bones. Time to enter the bone zone. Feels good to have a bit of sprint time behind us, though. That's just shrubbery wiggling. I was like, is that a chum? No, that's just shrubs. Ooh, okay. A little worried there. I was about to think I was about to roll off again. I'm like, please don't. Not here. A lot of this game's soundtrack is very good. Camera, please. I know the bones are weird shapes, but please. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna wheeling around, seeing if there's chums nearby. This wiggly pink grass is not helping. It's like the same color as chums, so. Cartographer balloon. There's also some other things up here that are worth exploring. Let's go check those out. Dark Scribe. Being pink. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just think, I did all of this with the standard stamina health bar. Yeah, standard stamina bar, no, there's no health bars in this game. Good at word. So much easier to be able to just climb up stuff. Is that? Really something up there. There's a marker. And the bird tower. I don't need the blue one anymore. The blue one was for this. Photographer responds to my greeting with a grunt, and I assume some practice eye rolling. Come all the way up here just to bother me? Did you ever think that maybe a reason that I came all the way up here with all these bones? I tell him I hope that he's a cartographer. He snorts but waves me on. Is there anything of interest around here? Seems eager to be rid of me. Depends on what you find interesting. A couple of old fools who started putting in time at the old settlements up at the Ares. You'll have to climb, but seems you don't have much trouble with that, whether invited or not. There's also a wrecked ship hanging off of a cliff face if you're brave or stupid enough to try and scavenge it. Oh, and the Bridge of the Betrayed is around here too. It's quite safe, in spite of its name. Alright, I'd like to buy a map. I'll buy the cartographer badge. Alright. Yeah, here's the Bridge of the Betrayed. Gonna plonk one right down here. And there's also a thing right here. We'll mark for later. Yep. Alright, so let's go with the ARE first, I guess. Seems like a plan. You kinda want to check out whatever the hell is up here. There's something there. Not sure what though. See a shrub and it looks like something else. Well, I can always teleport back up here, so I'll worry about that later, I guess. For now. Super way over here. See, anything else interesting and exciting going on? Honestly. Wish I had more exciting things to talk about, but... not really. Oh, good, sick. There's my big, my big discretionary saving for the stream. I'm good sick. It sucks. So that one's probably... So we probably want to head over that way. Alright. Should definitely be able to reach the top of that. More than enough stamina. I guess if I can actually climb to the top now. I don't think I could do that before. It's just not enough. Anything up here worth my time? Not really. Okay. Well, I guess let's head over to the ship first. Well, these giant skeletons are very convenient. The list. Yeah, I mean, I basically went from, as far as I can tell, I basically went from having like a nasty winter, a really nasty winter flu, and then pretty much bounced into bronchitis off the back of that. So it's been a lot of fun. I've been definitely generally feeling better this week than I have in a while, so I'll take that. The Aries trousers. Nothing else in here? No scrap, just pants. My spaceship only contained pants. Thanks. Came here looking for scrap and all I got was pants. Alright, let's see, can I climb to the top of this thing? Not really. Listen, seriously, look at what that fucking rib cage. It's just, what the hell used to live here? I can get up here for that. Defense. This just seems like a waste of my effort. Should have been from Panzercron 3 when I evidently. Fortunately, gliding doesn't cost stamina, so away we go. This is just a really cool set piece, even if it doesn't make much sense. Yeah, I climbed all the way up this thing with just the stamina bar, so having two is pretty nice. This one or the other one? There was something up here. It might be over. Might be on one of those other ones. There's something over here. Don't follow those stairs all the way down. Probably a bad idea. Doesn't seem to be much here. Yeah. Okay. Let's put it right through that wall. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so let's head over there. Smoke is the one where the NPC is at. I forgot about that. Means we should go to the one that doesn't have an NPC on it, probably. First. Gigabones, yeah. Ultra Bone. It's Bone Zone all the way up. Yeah, I don't have the kind of voice to go for the old, I think that's a Quake announcer? I forget what that's actually from. Something death match. I believe this is where the top is? Yeah, the airy top. Umi. You've traveled a long way, not often we get travelers. Why are you up here? I'm harvesting some of the bird excrement we get from these towers. You've traveled a long way, not often we get travelers. Do you live up here? Only for parts of the year. The wind gets rough and it becomes hard to stay. Trying to get on the sands and sew up what we can in the hard months. I do love it up here when the winds are steady. Nothing quite like riding a boat through the towers of rocks. The bird crap is the only downside. Profitable one, at least. You've traveled a long way, so I don't forget your Tower of bird poop. Again, another kind of cool mask that we don't get access to. We unfortunately cannot spend our lives collecting bird shit. It's not the thing that the game lets us do. We have the Shade of Ecria at our disposal, so, you know. I think taking the job where you scare cops for a living. I think that's the best one. that's the best job that we can take, obviously. Egg. Paragale has the most accuracy. Noted. $833.3 out of the usual 100. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of accuracy. That is more accuracy than has ever been accuracied. What the hell is it called? Atomic quartz or whatever the hell it's called. It's the clock quartz, the one they use in the records. So they keep track of all of the time properly. You know, but of accuracy. It is the gun from which all other guns derive their accuracy from. Snapdragon Vandal apparently is only 13.3 accuracy. It's Truman at 200. To be fair, if you hit fire, I imagine Invectus's accuracy is also dog shit. Like, basically all of the sniper rifles are... You can just use sniper rifles like really bad shotguns. That's how I tend to use them. Unfucked up hip fire. I'm pretty sure hip fire for sniper rifles are still bad. It's been a minute since I've used one though, so... I've used one like that, I should say. I have used Vectus recently for sneaking. Boatmaker Jake. Well, they're kind of cool mask. How may I help you today? What's this place? It's an ancient Hikaric ruin we found a few years ago. And I've been trying to get it back to life ever since. Cool, right? After we got the bird towers up and running, I spent a long time figuring out how to farm and engineer those big bones you see across the trails. It's how we navigate the rocks. Ferry yourselves around. If you have a bike, I've got some interesting parts to sell. If you see Umi around, say hello. It's nice to see someone else up here. They did a rework for them and tried to make them, and made them terrible bad at hip firing. In the golden days, they were perfectly accurate from the hip, and then, yeah. And then eventually they backed out of them. Okay. That must have been pretty recent, because I don't remember them still being accurate when firing, so. As it didn't make all that much sense for Warframe to be less accurate with Sniper than any given Grineer. Yeah, I get it. I get the logic behind it, so... and I don't hate it, I don't think it's bad, so... I'm certainly not one to be grumbling about it. So there's boat parts for our, bike. They're kind of expensive at the moment. Do you wanna... Sometimes the game's like cursor doesn't always catch up with the rest of the menus. You'll notice it once we have more bike stuff. Or dragonflies. These guys. I'm gonna save my cash for other things, but for now. Alright. So, up we go. Let's... We need to go to the bridge. We are right here. There is the tower, the ancient ruins. We actually shouldn't... I'm gonna leave the marker up for now, but there's actually... You know, I don't need the marker to remember that it's there. You can actually just see the circle in the red on the map. I am gonna leave that. That's for my navigation, and this is important too. Let's see. I'm gonna give up on my effort trying to get over there for now. I do want... Alright, so... Green would be this way. Yeah, right here. So that is a side quest and some more money, and also a boat. There's actually a bunch of cool stuff in that tower over there on the left. And that thing on the right is what we need to access that thing I took off the map. The mysterious ruin. We have one of the 4 or 5 keys we need for that. So this will be key number 2, and then we'll get over there and grab that one. There you are. Hello, friend. Let's go. One ring. 2 ring. Three ring. And there's the 4th one. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is actually the last one I got back when I played this on my own time. Because I had to find the damn thing. And then I realized, oh right, there's just big red circles on the map. That makes them surprisingly easier to find. Tonk tonk. One speed hoop required. And right over here. Yeah, this boat might have taken a bit of a nosedive at some point. So I had a weird glitch when I came here the first time. Jump in here. Yeah, we can like run down and slide. Whee! Egg. Perfectly vertically parked. Yeah, exactly. A nosedive is just a different way to park. So yeah, last time when I came here, I had actually... The last point I had fast traveled from was the Angler Hut, and I had just started working my way around the Badlands, trying to find... Actually right here, in fact. I was trying to find this, and I ended up over here. And when I started this cutscene, it snapped me all the way... The camera was over here at the Angler Hut. I was literally staring at the Angler Hut NPC. And when the cutscene happened. Ahoy there! A loud bellowing greeting nearly makes me jump out of my skin, but as I turn to see who's there, I find only darkness. Up here! Now I spot a waving figure casting a shadow. Impressive, isn't it, Glider? Are you jealous? Very? Ah, I knew it. Up here, we can't see. I bet a small fro like you couldn't make it up there. It's an oddly combative energy to bring to a conversation with a stranger. I'll give them that. Yet, something about it finds a home in my brain. Small fry. Little Sable. Tiny little Sable. A grain of sand tossed about by the gentle wind. I look up at the tittering silhouette. Challenge accepted. So yeah, that cutscene happened all the way over at the Angler Hut for me. I didn't get to see any of the motions like Sable was gestating with. Gesticulating. There we go, that's a better word. And then it was a very disorienting and very overly fast paced movement of camera snapping back over here. If I... This stuff. Scrap. Yes, that's it. I see you, free money, and egg. You are both mine. Not escape. Nope. There's the door on the side. There we go. Little buggy. Sometimes. Want the scrap. I appreciate the game at least doesn't punish you for scrambling up there, at least. I think that leads up anything, yeah. I should check that door later. I forget if that's just a pop-out point for later, or if that's a secret. Hello, nerd. There they are. I walk towards the climber, chest puffed, while performative pride and a well-earned swagger in my walk. Doesn't matter if I'm a little sweaty. They can't see that. It's fine. Bad for small fry, eh? I was expecting more antagonism, but what I get is a laugh. Well done, I'm impressed. I'm not above eating my words when I've been proven wrong. Here. Lost a climber's badge on my way, and mercifully I catch it. Today really is my day. You've earned that, glider. Only a climber could take on a taunt and meat challenge head on. It's an ascent like no other. This heap, and you should be proud of it. You pulled it off. I take everything back. You're a very big fry. I'll take it. We are the biggest fry. Kimball's Cube. Interesting that it doesn't really announce itself until you get to the top. It's egg. That's a coconut donut. I like that. Wasn't sure what that one was. Spoiler, I happen to like coconut. I wonder if there was anything interesting on top of Kimball's Cube. There was something important. I don't remember how. Oh dear. At least I can move. Okay. Okay. We take those. Might be over here. I know you can get on top. Where I want. Yeah, there we go. I feel like there was something up top of Kimball's. Besides disappearing splotches. Am I thinking of the other ship? That might be the other ship down in Koa. Maybe? There's one with like a big section where you climb into the top. Also, it's weird watching the grime ungrime itself. Alright, well, we'll go investigate that door then. It's time for door exploring. So... door is over here. Yes, there we go. Cool. Perfect. 20 bucks. Alright, yeah, that was a secret for 20 bucks. Whee! There you are. So we've gotten 2 climber badges, 2 cartography badges. Do we have enough cartography badges? We might have enough badges. Badges, anywhere. We do have 3 cartographer badges. 2 climber badges, 1 entertainer badge, scrapper, 1 machinist, or 2 machinists, 1 guard. We can get another guard over at the bridge. An angler badge, and a beetle badge. Right. And speaking of stuff, I never did check out the area outfit for you guys yet. Airy top. Yeah, I'm not big on the airy trousers. I like the top, but I'm not so big on the pants. We can mix up our outfit for a little bit. I like that one. Blue org. Hi, Zure. Okay, so we need to go over to... follow the O-ring. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Pop by and check out and see if there's any fish here. So I think we've only caught like 1 interesting fish in the Badlands. This is just another one of the gabby fish, yeah. Is there anything up in the punch tube here? There's a chum on the other side. And there's an entrance point here. Rowley's Way. that. And we know there's a chum here. And there's more than a chum in here. Something else. Money! Here. Ugh, this one. This one's gonna be a minute, that's for sure. Alright. This is like the one puzzle I've been dreading. Not a big fan of this one. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna plunk that down there. And the one. Can't even ride that because I have. Well, maybe. Let's see. It just dawned on me that I've been eating instead of hydrating. I should probably. Take a second. Right, I have to launch myself. But the important thing is that it is over on that side. Let's let it get back. We need to let it cross back over onto that side. We need it to play goalie for us. Otherwise, what we're gonna do is gonna end up on the back wall here and just slide down to the bottom. And waste our goddamn time. So, let's wait for that to finish. Alright. You and you in here. So here. Across to here. And grab that. Alright, there we go. Okay. Here. And back to the throwy thing. Go. Why did I feel like this needed to be up here first? Oh yeah, now I remember. ladder here. Right, yeah. Like this. Stick it over here. This one took maybe a little too much effort on my part initially. Nope, just the icons just sticking around. Alright, cool. Delightfully excellent game. Just, you know, it's some problems. A little rough around the edges sometimes. I'm not actually going to hold on to it this time because the way it dismounts can be weird. That should throw it exactly where it needs to be. And throw me exactly where I need to be. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Made it in. Under the stairs. Nope. Some cash prizes. Bin of prizes. Alright, so more lore. Let's see what's happening. Alright, security's been updated. Alright, more unread messages. Reading message 3. Come on, Sing. You know what we're up against. We purged our engines out here. We've got nothing for the terraformers. We need to land now. Pyramid Deacon. Wow. Look, every day the radiation's getting worse. I can't keep selling this BS to the crew. And no, I'm not landing on that planet either. We're not landing anywhere until we know more about these atmospheric anomalies. There may be life signs on the surface, but that doesn't mean they're hospitable. And we need this stuff off the ship, Deacon. Mission be damned. That planet's the whole reason we're here. If we don't get those terraformers up and functional, we came out here for nothing. And how's that going to look? If we go back without completing our mission, you can forget a promotion. You'll be sent to some outward rock to monitor a relay station, Captain. There's a bit tense silence after emphasis on Captain. I feel as though I'm listening to something I shouldn't. Someone called Sing speaks again. Okay, just once we're within range of the planet, we give Saren 2 more days to figure out what's causing the disturbance. I don't want to fly through if we don't know what it is, but we may not have a choice. Attaboy, Sing. We knew that you'd make the right call. Now, come on. Sit down, have a drink with me. Get the hell out of my room, Deacon. There's a silence, some shuffling, and a faint hiss of air. And then it's just the lonely voice of the captain again. I wonder how long ago all this was. Saren, override privacy protocol on Finance Officer Deacon. I need to keep an eye on him. Yes, Captain. And then nothing. Radiations and spacecrafts. Sounds like a video game digital hate story. Actually, it's digital love story, analog hate story. Right? It's analog. Pretty sure it's analog hate story, right? Oh, right, I turned on Steam. Off Steam to minimize fuss. It's fine. Whatever at this point. Yeah, analog hate story. Digital is the, yeah, I have to be the one making corrections this time. I know my Christine Love novels. It's, Alright, I need to get back up there. Yeah, digital is the weird one. That's a phrase. But yeah, it's the weirder of the two. Still landed it. Digital has problems, but it's like on the player's onus of problems. I don't know how to explain that one. Digital Love Story is a weird one. It's got problematic content in it, but like you have to like go out of your way to access it, which was kind of the point. And even when you do, it's not really there, it's just kind of talked about. Yeah, digital is a lot. Oh right, I meant to... I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy having my very rare occasional minor dunk. And I wasn't paying attention. There we go. I need to reread Hate at some point. Please. Okay, okay. Saved. There we go. Okay. I just wanted my 20 bucks. That's all I wanted. Alright. Like, I'm kind of curious about rereading Hate because it's like... I had problems with the Hate Plus. Because, like, it felt like some of the character writing was very off in ways that I didn't like, and I'm kind of curious if that actually is the case in future attempts at rereading. There's a lot of dark content in Hate that shifts into, like, in Hate Plus, where a character kind of becomes a bit more naive about subjects that they weren't really naive about in the first one. It feels weird. Like, Hate Plus is somehow written on some kind of basis, like you don't entirely understand what the first story was like. It's weird on that front, and I think that was the part of it that stuck out to me. And I'm kinda curious if that holds up in, like, an actually tangible way, and not just, like, my memory's bad. Or I misread it in some way. I'm actually kinda curious. I need to go... blue. Yeah, you can actually see the bridge from here. Big dude with the sword all the way in the back. Well, no. The prequel parts don't actually apply to my complaints. Because it's actually... It's a sequel that covers material from... before the analog part of the story, the as per the title, the analog part, the scrolling through the documentation of the ship part is a prequel, but the actual setting is a sequel? I think I want to get over that little hump right there. So, like, it's a prequel doesn't quite apply to my problem with the character writing. Because I don't remember having a problem with a lot of the prequel parts of it. Like, that stuff was actually really interesting. It's also been 10 years since I read it, so I might forget things. Yeah, that's kind of my point, why I'm like, I feel like I should reread it. Because I have that, like, perception where I feel like I'm missing something, and I read that as, like, a shitty teenager, so maybe... Maybe there's something I'm missing in this equation. God, how old is that? How long has it really been since, like, Hate Plus came out? Because I pre-ordered Hate Plus. I remember that. How old is Hate? I got Hate a little while after it came out. In 2012. No, I got Hate when it came out, didn't I? When did I get Hate? Early 2013. So yeah, I got that not long after it came out. And Hate Plus... 2013. Yeah, I didn't notice they came out like a year apart. Like the title. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, wow, it really has been actually like literally nearly a decade since, it has been a full decade since Hate came out, and Hate Plus came out just under a decade ago. I released in August. I bought Hate in March, and then Hate Plus came out, and I pre-ordered that like right before it came out. Yeah, I remember that. 2013 is like... finished high school 2013. So yeah. Alright, so we need to get over here. Ooh. Whoop. Come on, Simon, you can do it. You can do it, please. Please. I need access point, please. Up. 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 Please. Friend, you can do it. Oh, good. We got there. Bridge of the Betrayed. I haven't read Lady Killer in a Bind. I've heard it's pretty good. Not quite up my alley, but I ain't judging anybody. I have the soundtrack to Analog the Hate Story on my hard drive, so I don't know. I ain't judging anybody. Actually, hell, I've streamed the Pale Bride of Bel Air. God. Fucking song. Actually, I don't think there's been any other Christine Love novels since then. I mean, I could break that song out if you want. I'm probably only gonna do a snippet of it because it's absolutely gonna get content claimed. Oh, where is it? I think it's just labeled under Hate. I think it's like literally just called Hate. Yeah, here we are. Get in the Car, Loser, and its DLC are a thing. Oh man. That is an excellent title. Yeah, here we are. The Pale Bride of Bel-Air. Which is a remix of, I think it's one of the tracks, Innocence, I think, or something like that. So yeah, it's a Hayone theme mixed with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's just on the soundtrack. Isn't that amazing? It's terrible and amazing. I've absolutely played it on stream, at least a part of it before. I have to check this out. I'm now curious. I go to the store page, and then I just go for it from Christine Love Conquers All. Yeah, there it is. Get in the car, loser. And it's a fucking, like, RPG Maker game? Oh my god. That is even better. Oh my god. That is fantastic. I was not expecting it, like, actual gameplay. Lesbian road trip RPG by the co-creator of Lady and the Killer Blind. Oh my god. The DLC might be a little ways out still, but not miles away. I'll definitely have to keep this in mind at some point. When did this come out? Last year. Or 2021. So 2 years ago. Almost a year ago. Not quite 2 years. Like a year and a half ago. It's got a full soundtrack. Is the soundtrack by... Does it tell me who the soundtrack is by? Tells me who has inspiration by, but not... Crystal Lee. Okay. So not Isaac Shankler, who did the other couple soundtracks attached to that. Okay. I was curious if we were gonna get more bullshit from Isaac Shankler, but I guess not. Yeah, this actually looks pretty fun. I'm curious. This looks like a silly, fun adventure. I'm gonna add that to my wish list real quick. Look at me getting completely sidetracked by Christine Love things. The stream experience everyone signed up for. What happens if I just take the warp? Will the warp save me a headache? Because I know there's stuff on both sides of the bridge. No, it just drops me off at the bottom. That put me further back. Alright. For once, I was actually put behind the 8-ball for taking the shortcut. Alright. Well, let's get up this way then. Bit of steam and see if we can't. Come on, friend, let's get up. Up, 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 up. There we go. This is what I get for egg diversion. Well, I'm glad Christine Love is still doing stuff. These are the kinds of diversions everyone signs up here to deal with. Hey, probably money. Yep, free money. Big cash prices. Anything up here? No. Alright. Let's make the spiral. The answer to all of our ills is to introduce Sup and Christine Love. Together they will destroy unity and free us all, and then drown us in anime. I'm kind of curious what Sup thinks of Christine Love stuff. Because, like, it's like... It is kind of anime, but it's not like... You know, it's not quite... It's an aesthetic, but it's not... It's not really the... At the end of the day, it's not really what I would call it, but... Actually, speaking of cursed things in Sup, I actually need to... I need to, by the end of this... I need in, like, in a week or two, actually. I need to prod, Sup or something, actually. I need to... I have a special stream planned, and he actually agreed to it, but we need to... I need to see if I can't... I need to work out, like, the exact day I'm doing it. And see when he's free for that. Not suitable for child. Yeah, Christine Love stuff is, not, it is for adults only. Yeah, actually, I do have a special stream planned with Sup at some point. And it may or may not be pretty cursed. I mean, to be fair, that was probably already assumed, the fact that I was bringing Sup along for the ride, but... An egg. May have failed to get egg. Nope, the wide brim is not all the way around. Okay, cool. More money. Get some good cash here. There's a lot of money on this bridge. Alright, 31. Oh, hey, another friend right here. Hello, buddy. Whee! Hi. Check dates here. Actually, I don't have to pause the game. Yeah. Oh. Turns out Windows stuff likes to use X input to navigate Windows for some fucking reason. Yeah, I'll prod up about it next week. It's not like immediately pressing it out. Didn't bother me about it too much, so. Alright. Elizabeth greets me. Ah, you decided to join me. Yeah, I wanted to see you. I tell Elizabeth I wanted to see her again. So I'm here, and I am for our second hello. She seems to like that and gives me a little pat on the arm. I want to see you too. You didn't have any trouble climbing up here, did you? I tell her no. Asked and somehow managed. That's because she managed. Been keeping pretty spry all these years, not to mention that the view is all the motivation an old lady bird like me needs. Thank you, though, little glider. You're a good one. I'd like to give you this with my gratitude. Given our present location, it does seem a little on the nose, perhaps, but one guard badge. I quickly nod to the great statues looming behind her. Elizabeth hands me a guard's badge. I flip it over in my hand, rubbing my thumb across its face. Thank her for it. It's just a little token, but I suppose it's also something to think about on your gliding, eh? Guard's life's treating me well enough, though. And if you ever fancy giving it a go, that badge gets you one step closer. I picture myself in a guard's mask. It is odd, but not absurd. Would I be any good? Take care now, friend. Perhaps I'll see you along my next travel. Thinking about a visit to the wash, you know? So if you ever happen to glide on by, I cheerfully promise her I'll keep an eye out. One more thing, if you do go the guard route, I perk up. She turns and gestures to the statues again. Aim to be the one on the high ground. The way he's angled, the fellow coming up from the bottom doesn't stand a chance. We share a warm goodbye, and I go on my way. Have the high ground, she says. Spoilers, I don't think we'll be picking guard. We're picking the better form of guard, probably. Well, who knows? There was other jobs we can choose along the way. $100. Yeah, it's a lot of cash. Alright, so anything over here? Not really? Okay. Let's see something down here. Nope. Nothing really worth my time down here. Thought it was gonna be. Guess not. Alright, well, let's ascend to the high ground, I guess. The leg is too tall. Let's see. Maybe I can kind of get a better grip off the back of the heel. Slightly higher. Yeah. I've put myself in a bad position here. Rescale this whole place. Okay, let's see. Maybe the knee pad. It's like a bit. Just kind of ran off the side here. Don't throw yourself off. It's not what I asked for. Please, please, game. Do not throw me off the whip. I would like to ascend. Ugh. Game, please. You're a little mean to me here. I don't appreciate it. One downside to stamina boosts is that, you know, when you run out, you definitely are stuck running out. There we go. Better. Up here. Okay. Saved. Okay. There we go. We've returned from our rather begrudging fall. Over up here. There's an empty camp on this side. That's a treasure chest. Sunset dies. Alright, so we got no more bite colors. Let's... I believe there's another face door here, or we got the other monument top. Face door. Bouldering trousers. I think we're wearing the bouldering top, actually, right? Yeah, the bouldering top. Bouldering trousers. When swords cross, stand face to face. So this is actually just a sit and wait puzzle. So I'm gonna run around and check stuff. Maybe I'm missing immediately. Yep, I see a friend up here. Let us acquire egg. We need 40 for our next upgrade, so more the merrier. I think I remember like climbing up to the top of him. There. I think there is something on top of the thing, but we're gonna wait. And face to face. So we just sit here and wait. Puzzle is just to stand here at a specific time and face the wall. I forget one that is. There's another timed puzzle. in a bigger area. It's like a big, like, stellosphere type area. And it's got like the or astrology type deal going on. And you get to like line stuff up, but like which one you have to do depends on like the time of day, which is a little annoying. Thrilling and exciting adventures of timed puzzles. Good thing it's nighttime when we decided to start doing this puzzle. I think it might be around noon. What time is it? 1. Yeah, okay. I think we have a few hours, in-game hours, before it shuffles around to being actually where we want it. Gonna keep half an eye on the clock. Let's go investigate this tower while we wait then. So we got nothing better to do. Let's ascend the tower. Get lit. Wait. Yeah, there is a gym up here. Yeah, okay. I see what we got up there. So we got up here, and then we got up there. So let's get our egg, and then we'll go back to staring at a wall. That like bone? Looks like a piece of metal or something up there. Oh, egg. Yeah, I could definitely get up there if I had 2 full bars of stamina, though. Anything around there? I'm trying to see if there's any kind of like up down stairs. We still got like 6 hours before the sunlight shuffles up, and I don't really want to come back here. I'm honest. There is a thing in there, so. Well, I did say it was going to be a chill, slow kind of stream, so nothing more chill and slow paced than staring at a wall for 5 minutes while we wait for the sun to come up. Yeah, let's see. Anything I'm missing? At this point, may as well. I found a chum I probably missed the first time playthrough. Probably like saw it and just gave up trying to get to it because I didn't have stamina. They're dropping down there, and that was just a bad idea. There's a chum egg over there. We got the chum egg up there. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else. I wonder if she's moved on here. Nah, I guess once we hit a loading zone, she'll change place. For now, Elizabeth will stand. I think the birds might be on like a mobile of some kind. Like they're all just kind of fixed and just spin as like a fixed object. I don't think I really observed the birds doing that. It's interesting. I wonder if there's other places that can be identified with. A la Wind Waker. Because Wind Waker did that. Like, you could find certain things out in the ocean by using bird. The big thing was the big octos, though. Those were always present. Wherever the hell the birds were. Sorry, just using this opportunity to check something. Yeah, this time is honestly going a lot slower than I expected. Good, this is riveting for everyone. Looks like the sun's finally starting to come out. I wish I could raise this gate, though, and just pop out here. Have something a little more to do. It's starting to get lighter out. Still 5 o'clock. Let me just park up right here. Out of the surroundings. Where's the sun really? Where's the other side of that tower? Yeah, you can slowly see the sun moving. here. Sun is starting to come in. Oof. Yep. Just sit down for now. I appreciate those. You know what? We're 2 for 2. We're 2 games in a row now with a dedicated sit button. I appreciate that. It is a tiny, appreciated feature. Anything new and exciting going on with anyone else? Clearly we have time to burn now. Time I'm getting around to playing Bloodstained. Is that what that is? It's a good time. Alright, sits and share loudly. Yeah. Nah, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I think games I need to get around to playing. I still haven't done, something I don't, fair enough. I need to get around to playing, like, Reset Tier and stuff. There was a while back where I just got kind of mad at myself for just, like, playing Warframe all the time and not much else. I was playing, like, the same 3 games all the time, and I just kind of got a little tired of it. And decided, hey! Oh, here we are. Cool. Nice. Time is at 8 o'clock. It's supposed to, like, intersect on the ground here, but whatever. Yeah, there's stuff like Reset Tier I hadn't gotten around to, and Fortune Summoner. We have big, heavy rock pants and top. It's not very good looking. I like the red glyphy parts, but I wish there were more of the red glyphy parts on it. Kind of more of like an orangey, salmony kind of color. Like the red on it. Okay, so from there, I guess let's head ourselves into Hakoa. That's where all the money is, and we have a side quest to go into Hakoa, so... just to keep myself on track. Plonk the blue down. Whee! Plunk. Oh, I can do that during that animation. That's nice. I appreciate that. I really appreciate being able to call during the... well, didn't break my knees animation. This off goes. Yep, we're heading into Hakoa now. So, Hakoa. Hakoa is going to be the biggest source of income because there are 2 things with lots of money lots of money to drop. The other one is, well, it drops lots of things worth a good chunk of change. So, instead of individually expensive items. Actually, speaking of individually... Oh, hey, nice. We're already at the town. But while we're at the town, I don't need to... So there's almost no fishing spots in this area. The smoldering vents, we can actually fish in. For a particular type of fish. Try and catch too many of these because we do not have the fishing rod upgrade right now. So these are kind of a pain. Somehow lives in the pools of sulfur in Hakoa. They seem to be only living creature that could survive such an environment. The teacup angler. Although the angle implies that something else lives in there. Seven Sisters Station. Okay. Machinist is a slow mover, intentional in every action. As I approach, she crosses her arms, tilts her head back, and looking me over, evaluating. I put a saunter in my walk that I might seem a little more casual than I feel. Her greeting is a silent tip of her chin. I give a nod back. What's her name? There's a voice like gravel. I tell her my name, and she extends a hand in greeting. Zahara. Or Zara, I should say. What are you looking for? Do you know where I can find some glowworms? I don't, I'm afraid. The innkeeper might know. Okay. Alright. That's for a machinist badge. She chuckles deep in her chest. Someone telling you, we were giving those away. If you want a badge, I need you to know you're somebody who can earn a badge. Come to the right place. I can feel the smirk. She isn't mocking, though, only entertained. Didn't even think twice. I like that. You ever been to the Crystal Plateau? Nope. I shake my head. She gives another chuckle. Well, I won't spoil the surprise. Take a ride out there and harvest me some lightning crystals. Give me 3 of them, and you get a badge. And I get to finish the parts I'm working on. I nod and turn to go, but she clears her throat, stopping. Before you go, have you done this before? I've harvested other things. She doesn't ask me what sorts of things, so I needn't tell her only root vegetables, and I think that's best for everyone. It's a dangerous job. Before you try it for yourself, speak to Tota. He's the leader of the Crystal Farmers, man of experience, and a friend. You'll find him in the base of the plateau, southwest of here. Make for lightning you can't miss. You can't miss it. I thank her for the advice. Good luck. I think you might need it. Say goodbye to Zahara. Is there anything else? No, just a customized bike. Okay. It's fine. Nice cut. Delivery out in Hakoa. Brilliant! This is the last time I agree to this. Fumes scratching at your eyes, the humidity is unbearable. All of us looking a heavy bag across this terrain. Rahana's mask, I wish I had a hover bike. Right. Up to the innkeeper. Hello, sir. This is Affy, an innkeeper at the camp. What can I do for you? Have you got time to help me with something? You know where the glowworms are? Yes, absolutely I do. There's a cave for them south of here. Just packed with the sinister little creeps. Sinister little creeps. I hate them. They're just awful. But unfortunately, they're of use sometimes. So I've become quite practiced at catching them. She might be able to help with the response as a shutter. Absolutely not. I can advise. You'll need to get them down from where they nest, on the roof of the cave. To do so, you must look for a sulfurous rock laying nearby. Do you want me to write this down? I'm telling you I'm taking mental notes. Well, you look for the sulfurous rock, then get them wet, and they'll start smoking. Then, that should be enough to knock the glowworms out and net you your awful slimy quarry. Rather than put her through more, I offer my thanks and move along. So voice of Boykless. Yep, only teenagers are allowed to have hover bikes. Do you know where Lulor is? Or, I haven't seen her in ages. Actually, like, actual years. I think at the time she was following the path of the Archer. Something I can help you with. What did you need? I need you to gather some slicer beetle poo. You want me to gather poo? So she really wants me to gather poo. Beetles, yes. I'm trying to grow more flowers these days, and you know what they say. Flower power, beetle poo. Classic expression. One of my favorites. The slicer beetles are fairly docile, but if you're going to get the poo out of them, you need to give them a fright. Jumping on their back usually does the job, but it takes some doing to get them to stand still. I'm sure you'll figure it out, and don't worry, it's not cruel. I think briefly about what I'd call it if someone stood on my back and frightened me into defecation. Well, if it doesn't hurt them, they're made of strong stuff. They'll get over it. We've all been there, eh? Anyhow, I need 3 pellets of the stuff. There's nests of them underneath Carib's Hold, southeast of here. So that's where you'll probably want to look. I tell him I'm on the case. Goodbye. Yeah, so yeah, we literally just scare the shit out of some bugs. And then we collect said shit. And we also know where the glowworms are. So, we now have access to both of our very cost-efficient quests. I forget if there's anything on top of the bug hut. Let's here. Farrah's friend, okay. Nothing up here on top of Stagbug Hut, but there is one over here. That is not what they say. So, we've got the important quests. I think there's just the beetle merch here. I don't think there's any merchants in this camp. Besides... like... Hard to miss the 7 sisters floating around here, huh? Or floating around up there. Pretty incredible, huh? I've seen a climber or two attempt to climb, but rarely ends well. Seven sister. Oh, like the pillar. Okay, gotcha. Well, we'll worry about that when we have stamina. So, our quests. Long drop. Yeah, I know the bug poo is actually some effort. Head to the cave. I think we got time for... we'll grab some bugs. I know the poo is a little more of an involved effort. Like that, you have to actually like explore a cave to get to the beetles. Whereas the glowworms are just kind of get to the cave. I'm gonna make the expense here when we do the crystal side quest to buy the bike upgrades, because I really like the crystal bike that we get for doing that. It's a fun design, and I don't want to ruin it by immediately going to buy the Speedster. Because Speedster is just the best bike, period. Unfortunately. And I do like the crystal bike design. So yeah, we got enough time to go head over there. Let's go get some glowworms after I bounce off the ground a bunch. And the glowworms reappear. So if we leave and come back, there'll just be more. So we can always just come back here and grab some. Or if I ever feel like, oh yeah, I need some money off stream or something, I can just go grab some. And pad out my wallet a bit. Shops do operate by Skyrim rules. I'll mark this real quick. Not the bike. That's not what I wanted. Alright, that's where the balloon is. Ugh. Forgot that was a pain in the ass. Yep. Yeah, the cartographer's balloon is up there. On top of that big floating crystal thing. Yeah, I'll fight with you later. Now let's go bug. I believe that's where the carob hold is. I'm gonna head up here real quick just to get the mark for this area. I think there's stuff here. Good enough. Yeah, Carob's Hold. Here we are. I can jump to Carob's Hold. Alright. There we go, we can jump straight into getting our hands on bug poo on Sunday. Sunday night, we'll start by collecting bug shit. The most exciting adventure. They said it couldn't be done. They said I couldn't start a stream by collecting shit. I'll do it. I'll show them. I'll show them all. My hobby. The things I get to say. This bike's a bit slower than I'm used to. The difference in speed definitely adds up over longer hauls. Be almost there. Yeah. Getting some good bumps here, though. Yeah, here we are. Here is the glowworm cave. Supposedly this is water. I do not believe them. Finally, glowworms. But yeah, we need to pick the little guys off the ceiling. But there's also something else nice here. And that is mushrooms. These things are just free cash. Egg. These sulfur rocks are actually a little buggy. They don't always work as intended. Sometimes they make the noise even if they don't actually smoke. So it can be a little weird, and also the smoke has to like physically touch the bug. Get stuff. Be mindful. Where you put it. Okay, talk icon's kind of bugged there, but alright. Need 5 requests. I would like a bunch more for the money. He's a little buggy, but that's fine. Okay, bugs here. Right. We're gonna walk out of this with a whole bunch of bug. Yeah. The thing about these guys is, they're worth 35 apiece. So, you know, we only need 1 extra laying around, so we give her a 5 and then we can just pick these guys up and take the extra. So we need 6 for side quest stuff. That's it. Some of you guys over here. So many bug. Gonna get rich off bug. So many worms. I like how when they hit the ground, they just kind of roll around. I think the smoke actually goes high enough. Sort of. one of them. Yeah, we got 50. Alright, I think we got plenty. So let's go talk to... Let's go to Good Nosy some. So I'll turn this in and wrap up for the night, and then I'll see you guys for more of this on Sunday. The like chicken noise like invokes in me, it's that like that kind of laugh sound that permeates in Super Mario RPG in the Cloud City when you're like in like a castle and stuff. You're gonna hear like Vanessa laughing. That's what it kind of strikes as me for some reason. Was that the name of the boss for that? I don't know. My brain's mush. Whatever, the lady boss. I tell Citra I have the glowworms for her. You do? You know, I'd half forgotten I'd even asked you. I must have been a little distracted. And the glowworms to her. Thank you for these. Nosy will be eating even better from me tonight. Here's your merchant's badge as a reward. Say goodbye to Citra. See you around? Okay. So yeah, you don't have to buy all three. You can get one of them for free. Okay. So... I'll worry about the... Oh, that's where the kids are. Okay, they're behind the gate. Go over here and do this real quick. Kalia's Koth. So there's some clothes here. We bought already a little bit before, but we don't need any of these mushrooms for anything. We haven't even gotten around to selling the bugs yet. I'll save the bugs for when we start buying stuff, and then we just take our money back using bugs. Perfect economy of rules. Alright, so that's enough of this. Hope you guys enjoyed more Sable. I'm still enjoying this game. It's fun. It's just a good time. It's... Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed more of this. I'm gonna knock this off, and we'll do more of this tomorrow, or Sunday, I should say. Yep. Look forward to Sunday. It's the stream where I get to collect bug shit. Only on the original Disgruntled show do we get to start streams like that. Anyway, yeah, good night. Catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I'll catch you guys for more later. Doop.